Sony has really blown the doors off the photo and video industries and has really become one of the standards, especially when it comes to video. And this year they launched this camera, so this is the Sony FX30. It is almost a clone of the FX3, except it uses a crop sensor instead of a full frame sensor. So you get all the cinema features, except it's a Super 35 camera. Now, because it's a crop sensor, you are going to need wider focal range than your typical full frame equivalent. So right here on here I have the 24mm G lens, which I've done a separate video on, a fantastic lens, which gives us a 35mm equivalent, 36mm equivalent in full frame focus. But what if you want to go wider? So Sony this year launched a couple of different lenses, and this is one of them. So this is the 11mm F1.8, and the E stands for the crop sensor. FE stands for full frame sensor. So what this lens is, it was launched together with the 10-20 power zoom G, and it was launched with the 15mm F1.8 G as 1.4 G. So this one is not going to have as nice or as robust of a body. This is polymer versus here we have a little bit more aluminum. So I think this is kind of going to be a good lens to compare it to. So this is the 40mm G lens. Now, it is a polymer lens, so it is going to be super lightweight and it's going to be great. 11 millimeters on a crop sensor body is going to be a 16mm equivalent, which is going to be great for ultra wides, for landscapes. If you want to do astrophotography and videography, this is going to be a solid lens for that as well, without paying more money for features that you may or may not need. Now, the reason why I picked this one, because number one, it's going to be super wide, but you're still going to get some really nice features on here. Number one is you are going to get the button on here, which you can customize to whatever you want it to be. You do get a manual focus ring, and you do have a button here to set autofocus or manual focus, so you can control it with here or through the lens. The body is polymer, so it is lightweight. It doesn't feel as solid, but for the price, this is a fantastic little lens. You are going to get the pedal hood. Now, what you're not going to get on this one, which you do get on the G lenses, so on the G lenses, you're typically going to have an aperture ring, so you can set the aperture manually. You're not going to get this on this one, so you'd be setting it through the camera. So, overall, very, very nice lens. This is going to be perfect for crop sensors, and you can even use these on a budget with a full frame camera as well. Most of them will automatically go into crop sensor mode, or you might have to switch it manually. And that's going to give you a 16mm equivalent focal range. Good image quality. On the back, it's still going to be a metal ring. It is a little bit different. You have like this plastic ring on here. So you can see that they did try to save a little bit of money, but the image quality on this lens is going to be still superb. So if you have a crop sensor body and you're looking for an ultra wide lens, or a very nice lens for landscapes, astrophotography, going to conferences, things like that, the Sony 11mm 1.8 is going to be a fantastic choice.